If you had the chance to go anywhere on Earth right now, where would you choose? Would you want to see mysterious places like the summit of Mount Everest, the depths of the Mariana Trench, or perhaps the abandoned stations of Antarctica? In fact, there are places in the world that seem to defy the laws of nature. Welcome to Taylor Valley in Antarctica. In this region, there is no snow, and powerful winds blowing at speeds of up to 300 km/h, 186 mph, sweep away anything in their path. The Blood Falls are located right here. Of course, this waterfall is not made of blood, but in a region where the annual average temperature is 7 degrees Celsius, 19 degrees. Why doesn't the water freeze? And why is it red? In 2017, a group of researchers used geographic radar to discover a saltwater lake beneath the falls. This explained why the water in the waterfall doesn't freeze. Saltwater freezes at lower temperatures than fresh water. On the other hand, in a lake with no light and oxygen, the sulfates in the saltwater are converted into sulfites by microbes. These sulfites react with dissolved iron in the water, which likely mixes with the water from the surface. Scientists have been trying to find iron particles in the water for years, but have not yet succeeded. However, a significant development occurred in 2023. A team of scientists led by Ken Levy from Johns Hopkins University detected nanospheres. These are small particles made of iron, silicon, calcium, aluminum, and other chemical elements. The authors of the study concluded that when the iron in the nanospheres binds with oxygen, it turns the melted water red, and the presence of high iron content, along with elements like chlorine, magnesium, and sodium, enriches the waterfall's colors with yellow and orange hues. So, we have partially solved this mystery. Still, there are many mysteries similar to these on our planet. Namib Desert. The Namib Desert is a region filled with magnificent animals, national parks, and the highest sand dunes on the planet. It also has some rather mysterious features. In the Namib Desert, there is a phenomenon that has puzzled scientists for over a century: the fairy circles. The 2,000 square kilometers, 772 square miles, of the desert surface is covered with these mysterious, pea-sized grass-like circles. Take a look at this image. The ground is surrounded by grass in a circular pattern, with no grass in the center of the circle, and no circle overlaps another. Moreover, these circles seem to behave as if they are alive. They suddenly appear and then disappear. Scientists have calculated that the life cycle of the circles is between 30 and 60 years. So, how did the story of these strange circles in the desert begin? Today, scientists propose two theories about the origin of the fairy circles. The first theory claims that a specific species of termite creates these phenomena. According to this theory, termites dig into the soil and damage plant roots. During this process, rainwater infiltrates the sandy soil. Termites need this to preserve their body moisture. Eventually, plants die in a circle away from the insect nests. The second theory suggests that the fairy circles result from a competition for moisture and soil between plants in the arid desert environment. In such regions, plants must organize themselves and compete for resources. Therefore, they need to be in places where they can use the available water more efficiently. However, if these two theories cannot fully explain the long grasses around the circle, or why the circles appear and disappear, or why the same phenomenon does not occur in other similar regions, a group of scientists combined these theories and the result was quite logical. Researchers created a model of areas in Namibia where termites and plants interact, and they began investigations accordingly. Still, debates about the phenomenon continue. In Kazakhstan, there is a place known as Sleepy Hollow by journalists. Kalachi, a village with no unique plants or architectural masterpieces. However, upon reaching the area, you might experience memory loss, feel unwell, see hallucinations, and even fall asleep for several days. This doesn't sound very logical, does it? Well, when such cases started to spread among the locals, the town went on high alert, and investigations began into the air, soil, and water in the village. Dozens of theories related to the locals' food, chronic illnesses, or bad habits were proposed and tested, but none were found to be the source of the illness. Therefore, scientists turned their attention to nearby abandoned uranium mines. During these studies, an increase in radon levels in the air was detected. However, experts concluded that radon could not cause sleep sickness. Later, some researchers shifted their focus to groundwater, and it was found that all villagers sourced their drinking water from the same source. Byron Crape, an epidemiology professor at Nazarbayev University, started investigating this issue and thought that chemicals might be contaminating the groundwater. According to Crape, there could be a hidden chemical weapons factory near Kalachi village. The theory suggests that factory workers might have discarded a barrel containing chemical waste into an inactive uranium mine. The barrel could have rusted and sunk, allowing chemicals to mix into the water. Unfortunately, Crape has not yet been able to prove this theory. Entering the mine is very risky, as the area could collapse at any moment. On the other hand, the official explanation for the sleep sickness is this. Gas emissions from uranium deposits occasionally occur, and as oxygen levels in the air decrease, carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide levels increase. In fact, there have been no reported cases of sleep sickness in Kalachi for 7 years. However, scientists are still trying to solve the mystery of this phenomenon. What do you think about these regions? We look forward to your comments. See you in the next video. Goodbye.